Hey, it's Necktie. Welcome to episode 10 of Road to 5 Million. And in this episode, I have to call an audible. Let's get into it and I'll explain. As you can see, there's also been a game update. So when I fired it up this morning, I had to wait a little bit, but so there's a World of Trucks event going on for Halloween, and they call it Hauloween, and it looks something like this. So basically, as a community between American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2, we have a community goal to achieve 666,000 deliveries. See what they did there? From any city. And then there's also a personal goal of 13 deliveries, and then you get stupid little things you can put on your dashboard. But it's just one of those things that, you know, gets people to play and involved, that sort of thing. So we are probably going to do one of those today because if you remember in the last episode, I had said that the True Mirrors mod I had must not be working correctly, and more than likely I had it in the wrong order, which was correct. And in that process of going back and forth in and out of the truck to make sure, that was wasting time. So I originally had told you guys that we were going to, also side note, I added a mod that makes this look like actual terrain. If you remember, it was just basically black and white. Okay, so we were in freight market. So the load right here, that is 3 hours and 50 minutes to drive. I only have 4 hours and 20 minutes before I have to take a break. And from experience of playing this game, that's cutting it way too close. So the audible is, I need to do some things to the truck anyway. For example, repair it because we're 8% damage. Plus I need to sleep. And it just so happens, see this question mark here? It just so happens we have an undiscovered dealership in Albuquerque. So my plan is to run up here, go into the shop, do the stuff I need to do to the truck, sleep, and then we'll get a load and head out. I've already looked at the external contracts and I think I know where we're going to go. We're probably going to head to Utah in this episode. So let's get into it and get moving. And then I have some other stuff that we can discuss in this episode as well that has to do with money and numbers. Thanks to Octane Jimmy, one of the subscribers that got me thinking, which number one is dangerous, number two, my head hurts, but it's actually a good discussion. So all right, anyway, I feel like I say this every episode, but quit screwing around, Ty. Let's go. Plus, by sleeping, as you can see, it's 10 at night. We'll actually be able to drive in the daytime, which will be better seeing the scenery in Utah anyway. So I may change the engine in this truck too. I haven't decided. But I watched a video that YouTube recommended me today, and it happened to be an engine pack from Zeemods that I hadn't got. So I spent a whopping $5.99 today and bought it. And then I had to do some I don't know really what to call them. It's not programming, it's not, I guess, updating the mod. But when you buy his engine packs, you get 2 files that come with it. The one that works with base game trucks, and then he's got a list on his website of the trucks that his mod works with. Well, this Rezbilt is not on that list. However, he also gives you a PDF file that you can download that walks you step by step on how to add a truck to that engine, or add the engine to that truck. So that's what I did. And as I thought, as I was going through that process, I could probably make a video on that. If anyone's interested, let me know. But like I said, he has step-by-step instructions. And they're actually very good instructions too, because they aren't only instructions, they're instructions with pictures. So even if you're a Marine, you can understand them. Although he doesn't write them in crayon though, so maybe you'd still have a hard time, but
after 50 yards, turn left. Turn left.
And for those that don't understand that, I guarantee if there's any Marines, former Marines or whatever, they're number one, they're probably cursing me right now or cursing the screen. Number two, they're actually laughing about it as well, so. No need for anyone to get their panties in a wad. Hey, Ty, it really helps if you have your range selector up when you go from 4th to 5th. I also updated the engine in this truck because I realized the first time I updated, it's called an open def file, and I realized the first time I did it, I only did part of it, which is odd. I was still getting the sounds, but I can tell already that the update I did was better. Yeah, the turbo seems more pronounced. I wonder if the Jakes sound any different. A little bit. Sound a little deeper. Or it could all be in my head. Who the hell knows?
After 50 yards, keep left.
Keep right, then keep left.
Keep left.
I'm impressed with myself, actually. Didn't screw that up. I was anticipating us needing that exit, but we don't.
Keep right. After 50 yards, exit right ahead. Exit right ahead. Keep left. After 50 yards, turn left. Turn left.
So that's pretty much all I've done today, ladies and gentlemen. Is download mods and update files. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? I was gonna clean the motorcycle this morning because I've been neglecting. Normally, when I was, let me tell you, when I was on the truck and getting home Friday morning, we would basically go out. Saturday, we spent all day on the bikes. My wife also has a motorcycle, so we'd spend all day out on the bikes. Well, obviously, you get bugs and all that crap on them, right? And no matter what, I could go 15 miles, but when I got home, once the bike cooled off, I cleaned it. And it's almost embarrassing for me to say, and those that know me will probably drop a comment and give me shit, who the hell knows, but my bike has sat in the garage with bugs on the windshield in the front of it for about 3 weeks now. And as a matter of fact, I rode it with bugs on it, which that shit never happens. So it's weird how now that I'm home and have all of this time that I let something like that go. And it's also weird that since I have been home and can ride the motorcycle whenever the hell I want, I don't think I rode it near as much this summer as I did any previous summer. I mean, I've still got almost 10,000 miles on it and it's only 2 years old, so that's still pretty good for only being home on the weekend. But just got busy doing other shit. And now it's getting colder, which if I do ride it now, it's just going to be me because
Turn left.
how can I put this? I need to pop out because this looks weird to me. Okay, it is right here. Anyway, how can I put this? I would say if it gets below 70 degrees, yeah, my wife ain't getting her ass on her motorcycle for nothing. Man, well, I don't know. 65 maybe, but if it gets below 65, her ass ain't, no, she ain't riding.
Turn left.
Oh look, a Peterbilt dealer. How convenient. And plus today it's been freaking rainy and windy. It was windy as hell the other day. because the cold front was coming through. And now that the cold front went through,
Turn right.
instead of southerly winds, we're getting northerly winds. Okay, so I want to go over here because I'm not buying a truck. That icon to the left there with the truck there is to buy it. Kind of makes sense, huh? This one over here with the wrench would be for service. Alright, so let's do this. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave that off because when I pop back out, the brake won't be set for some reason. Alright, shut those off. Shut the truck off. And then y'all can see this. So the service. So it said we were 8% damaged, but yet there's 6% on the cabin, 8% on the chassis, 2% on the transmission. And again, I have no idea how they figure these prices. And then this whole co-insurance thing. I don't know what the hell that is either. Because I didn't have that shit in real life. So I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so you just hit repair and then it zeroes it out. So it cost us $849 to fix that. And now we're going to go back in here. And then before I forget, I need to go to accessories. Swing around here, wrong button. Swing around here to the air cleaner. And then do this. And then do that. And then come back over here and verify that I did in fact put orange. Yes, I did. And then I also need to go to the sun visor. Not that one. Not that one. Because it still has the trim. There we go. And as you can see, I could put lights on that too, but nope. And this is what it's going to look like from the inside. So this is partly why it's kind of cool that you can see some of these from the inside, because now you can just sit in here and see what it does to your view. I mean, that looks really cool on the outside. And especially with the grill I have on this. But it's a pain in the ass to see out of. Although it's not too bad with, because my GPS is up there, but anyway. I don't want that one. We're gonna go back with the, it's not a necktie, but it's a bow tie. Okay, so we got the visor, and then I believe there was one other thing I needed to do. And yes, that was the horn. All right, so let's get the horns. Oh, and they're not unlocked. I need these. All right, we'll go with these. I like the ones with the covers better, but we'll just toss these on here for now. And then the last thing I wanted to do is, can I get the underglow button? Yes. I don't like the red, so we're going to do white. Okay, I believe that was it. And then I'm going to check engine prices. So right now, see how we're getting a refund? I don't know. Oh, I guess we're getting a refund of the horns. This is a wash. But it's still costing us $2,400 to do this. And as you can see, this is where you can spend a lot of money. So like right now, the engine I have in this is 58,000, but the ones I just added are right here. Oh yeah, I'm changing this. Watch this. We're gonna get out of here making money. Look at that. We made $7,000. Well, don't mind if I do. That was a good day, huh? All right, now I need to make sure. Oh, look at, yeah, I know you're tired. Train. Where's the train at? Right over there. There he goes. Okay, we better get to sleep before. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention in the last episode that when I pulled into the rest area, I went to straighten my truck out a little more. And in that time, my clock had hit 0. And remember how I told you that the screen would go black? It didn't go black because you have to be a little past 0 or whatever. But what did happen was I got fined $147, I think it was. So that was the other thing I forgot to mention, is that if you bust your clock, as we say in the business, you also get fined in this game, which you kind of do in real life too. Alrighty, so we are now... Oh, look at that visor. Isn't that better? Can't really see it, but there you can. Anyway. Freight market. Or, I'm sorry, job market. And then... Yeah, let's do external. Okay, pay attention to these prices, because this is going to be part of my discussion once we get driving. See this? $63 a mile? Yeah, I can assure you, there ain't a load in hell. Well, I don't want to say that. I don't know what the turbines pay. And by turbines... most people call them windmills, but they're turbines. And I know if you're in the States, or maybe even not in the States, you've probably seen the big blades going down the highway. Long ass blades. Yeah, I don't know what they pay. But I can guarantee you, if there's anything in one of these trailers, it is not paying $63 a mile. Unless it's coming from Mexico. And it's technically not what's on your paperwork, if you know what I mean. That would be the only way. And something like this, I don't know. Because I never hauled anything like that as an owner-operator. I would imagine it's still not that high, though. Okay. Focus tie. Albuquerque. What happened to... There's one to Moab, but there was one to Price. And then there was also one over to St. George. And those are no longer here. So maybe we aren't going to Utah. Let me hit refresh. Oh wow, see what happened when I hit refresh? Now this one comes up again. And that was St. George, right? Yeah, St. George. So that one comes up as well. Or we could go to Wyoming. That's 11 hours. Colorado. I kind of like this one to St. George. I mean, that's still 11 hours, but we just took a break, so we've got a 2-hour buffer. That being said, if I do that and I don't stop, that's going to be a long episode. All right, let's go to St. George. Now, as a reminder for this one, oh, okay, hold on, sidetracked. Oh, it's a good thing I don't have my face cam on right now, because all you guys would see is my pearly whites as I'm grinning like a little schoolgirl. Anyway, that message that popped up saying that your trailer is ready. So since this is an external contract, we don't have to check in when we get there. We just go right to the trailer. All right, center your camera up, Ty. There we go. Oh, I forgot to test the horn. We'll do that in a minute. Oh, I have a mod too that has, it's called intermittent long trains. And I think the intermittent is that the trains can be up to a mile long, half a mile long, something like that. Yeah, so those cars may be waiting there a while, which I think we're going to be waiting here a while too, because we have to go up here. Oh, that engine is just heavenly. What's the Jakes?
Turn left.
I had him on the wrong setting, I think. I'll have to play with that a little bit. Anyway, a horn. Okay. Some may disagree with me, but I like that one better than that train horn. Yeah. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be one of these people. Actually, I don't know if I had that on the wrong setting or not for the Jakes. That was good timing. No, I did have it on the right one the first time, so. And if anyone was wondering what I'm doing, there's 3 settings to the Jake brakes. In real life as well. So I have one of the rotary knobs in my button box mapped to that. Oh, you know one thing I didn't pay attention to? I should have looked where this was picking up in Albuquerque. We got a 45-mile... Okay, transmission. So anyway, one of the back to what I was going to talk about, and what Octane Jimmy brought up in one of the comments, which I hadn't even thought about. So it was brilliant because I had to do some research and do some learning myself. Was there's realistic economy mods out there. So, as you saw by these loads that pay like $63 a mile, well, the one I found that looks really interesting is one that actually takes the national averages of freight and puts that in the game. And it also adjusts the XP, adjusts the bank loans, pretty much everything. I think it even adjusts the fines that you get for like running a red light or speeding ticket, that sort of thing. Oh, World of Trucks contract tie. That's why you're not going any faster and your foot is... So anyway, I put that on my main profile last night because as he said this, I was like, oh, well, I can just add that to this series since I, you know, just started. No harm, no foul, right? Okay. This engine was well worth the $5.99 I spent. Anyway.
Turn right.
I added that to my profile, my main profile. And on my main profile, I'm a level 66. And when I put that mod in and activated it, it dropped me to level 16.
Keep right.
And when I looked at the freight market,
Turn right.
the loads paid
Turn right.
anywhere from like $2 a mile to... I don't even think there was a load that paid $3 a mile. So roughly for like the load that we're gonna do now, if I had that mod activated, we would roughly make like maybe $2,500. But then I'm also running the realistic fuel mod, which that guy, I don't know if he has it written in the mod to where it goes out and pulls the data or if he has to update it. But that's just what it is, realistic fuel prices. And he has all the states listed in the game with the current fuel price that he found or the current average or whatever. So when you figure all that in, if I was to put that in this range selector up tie, it's amazing I can chew gum and walk at the same time, isn't it? Anyway.
Turn left.
So once you add the realistic fuel economy and all that in, if I was to put that in this profile right now, it would literally take... I don't know how long this series would be. I don't even know how long it's going to be now. Because, like I said in the first video, I was level 66. I owned 10 garages, 50 trucks, and had 50 drivers driving those trucks, and I only had $3 million in the bank. So, that being said, that does put an interesting idea in my head for possibly a future series. Maybe doing like a road to a million on realistic economy or something like that. And I will, once we get the load here and get rolling, I'll get into some more real world numbers for you. Which is odd, because like the past 2 episodes, didn't I say that I'm not a numbers guy? When I was talking about the YouTube stuff, and here, it's why my brain hurts. And let me tell you, it doesn't take a lot to get my little brain hurting.
Reached your destination.
That same individual pointed out too, there's a mod he's running in his game that instead of, oh, it's over there. Instead of that white cone jumping up and down, and you know how in the previous episodes I had the white lines? Well, he pointed me to one that just puts cones there, which is even more realistic. So I may be adding that too. Because I would assume this being episode 10, most of the regulars watching this know. Okay, now let me pop in here, just so you... Now that one's... I don't know. Oh yeah, that is true mirror. Or true FOV. Just to confirm here. See how far away I am there? See how far away I am in that mirror? It's pretty damn close. Alrighty. Pull up the load info for y'all. Next rest stop 12 hours, 37 minutes, and we've got 11:33 to get there, and we need to fuel. So, pre-trip's good. Which, now that I say that, how much fuel I have? Alright, Ty, what button is that? Is it I? Yes. So we've got 128 gallons. If y'all didn't see that change, it's right in between my speedometers up there. 128 gallons on board, 613 miles. Damn, we could almost make it. Okay, that being said, let me pull this up because we need to do some trip planning. So let's zoom out here. And then let's hit this right here. GPS, why are you, what the hell are you doing? Oh, it's taking me a different route. Is it route or route? Taking me a different route. Why are you doing that? I want to go that way. I mean, yeah, it's another road to discover, but... Oh, you know what, though? That may be better because... Trip time, 11:29. So let's reset. 11:33. It actually is shorter. But we're going to pick up that city by going... Right? Let me do this again. Are we actually going through? Yeah, so we're going to pick that up. So that's what we're going to do. I wish there was a way we could go through Farmington, but there's not. All right. Oh, there's a loan installment. That's what that sound was, seeing it scrolling up there. So it does come out at noon every day.
After 100 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Okay, so I just realized I've done this before, starting to record a video, and I've actually made a checklist on it. And on that checklist, about 3 different spots on it.
After 100 yards, turn right.
It's kind of like if you were a pilot doing a pre-flight checklist or something like that, but I have on there about 3 different times to unmute microphone and do a sound check, right? Because I have it to where I can hear myself in my headset talking. Not very loud though, I have that turned down because if it's normal sound, it's annoying. And you guys are probably like, yeah, that's why we watch your videos on mute, because listening to you is annoying. Anyway, I went to take a drink. Oh, thank you, dude. Okay. I said I was gonna pop out of the cab, didn't I? At those intersections from now on. Alright, anyway, focus, Ty, on your damn story. That probably doesn't matter anyway. But, so, I muted my mic because I had to take a drink. And, I put my drink down and was talking. And then happened to look down and realized I didn't unmute my mic, so. Yeah. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
100 yards, turn left.
I didn't say anything important. Not that anything I've said in this episode or will say is important, but, you know. Anyway, getting back to the real world economy. God, we're already at 47 minutes. I actually may do part of this load and finish it in episode 11 just because. Don't run into me, dude. Did he run into me? Oh no, he was turning too. I took that too tight to run over that because I thought he was going to keep coming out. So, yeah, as I look up and see that this has already been going for 48 minutes, I'm probably going to have to do this in 2 episodes, maybe. I mean, I have uploaded one that's, you know, over an hour, but I mean, we still have probably a good 30, 45 minutes before we get there in game time, but anywho, the real world stuff I was gonna talk about is real world numbers from my last 6 years as an owner-operator leased to a company. Now, as a company driver, for those that don't know, you're typically gonna get well, when I started back in 2009, 2010, I think I started at 29 cents a mile with Swift. But I believe TMC, which is now, or not TMC, I was on a different pay on TMC, which I can get into in just a moment, but I believe Transport America, which is now CFI, when I sold my truck, I believe the company drivers were making 55, 56 cents a mile, something like that. However, me as an owner-operator, my base rate for miles loaded and unloaded, which is another thing to watch if you're leasing onto a company, because some companies will pay you differently whether you're loaded or unloaded. However, back to me, because it's about me right now. Anyway, I got paid $1.03 a mile, whether I was loaded or unloaded, plus fuel surcharge. And at the time I sold my truck, because I looked this up today, because what I did is I had a spreadsheet on my Numbers app on my phone. Numbers, just like Excel, only it's Apple.
After 50 yards, keep left.
Okay, keep right, then keep left. All right, we're going west to Gallup. Got it. Anyway, so what I would do is I would keep a spreadsheet of a running total, right? Why are you slowing down like that, dude? Good Lord. All right, so $1.03 a mile plus fuel surcharge. And at that time, the fuel surcharge was 33 cents a mile, is what they paid us for a fuel surcharge. So effectively, I got paid $1.34 a mile. And then I ran my dispatched miles that I got paid on, which is a whole nother discussion we can get into about dispatched versus actual miles and all that other shit. My actual dispatch miles I got paid for was 308 loaded, 308 unloaded, because I just went from Forest City to Kansas City, right? So it was 308 up, 308 down. I was loaded coming down, unloaded going back up. Which 308, 308, 616. I did that 5 days, Monday through Friday. So my gross pay at the end of the week was $4,185. Now, some of you are sitting there like, what in the heck? He was making $4,000 a week and he sold his truck? Yes, I'm about to tell you why. So remember, we got a fuel surcharge, right? Well, as an owner-operator leased to a company, I pay for everything on that truck, meaning fuel, maintenance, etc. So off that $41.85, take roughly, all right, so 33 cents a mile for the fuel surcharge. So the fuel surcharge was roughly $250 a week, let's say. I think it's a little less than that. Probably 230 something, roughly. I could look it up right now, but that means I'd have to grab my phone, and it's kind of like texting and driving, right? So anyway, we'll just say 250 for argument's sake, all right? If somebody wants to figure that number out, by all means, knock yourself out, but we're just going to use 250 for argument's sake. So we have $4,185, right? Which includes a fuel surcharge, by the way. But what I was getting at with the 250 is roughly every week I paid $1,000 out of pocket for fuel. Because that fuel surcharge, the $250, that's what they're paying me for fuel, right? And that's actually on each load, but if you just break it out, it's easier to think about that way. Nice. That was nice of your car. So anyway, depending on the time of year, obviously I paid more in the wintertime because I didn't have an APU, so if it was cold as shit in Forest City, Iowa, which is like 20 miles from Minnesota, it's cold as shit in the wintertime. So the truck, basically, there were times that I would start my truck on Sunday when I left the house, and I turned it off again when I got back home on Friday. That's literally how long the truck ran. Constantly. Okay, so fuel, right? So I paid $1,000 out of pocket for fuel. So take $1,000 off that $41.85. So now we're down to $31.85, right? Now, I also set aside 10 cents a mile for maintenance. Okay? And I roughly ran we're just going to say 3,100 miles. I think it was 31 and some change a week. So now that's another $310 off of there, right? Because that's going into the maintenance account. And then here's the big one. And then what's left of that, if you do shit right, now you gotta take 30% of that number and set aside in a separate bank account, which I did, that was labeled taxes, because that needs to be set aside for quarterly taxes. So that being said, keeping with the real world number thing, on my spreadsheet, hold on, just pulled it up, see, and I ran on the rumble strips because I was screwing shit up. The last load I ran was 30 September of 2021. And at that time, my gross was 113,000 and something and change. Sorry, I didn't look at the exact number, I just looked at the beginning of it. 113,000 in September. Again, some of you are probably like, holy shit. Well, that 113,000, I guarantee about 45 to 50,000 of that is fuel. And then you take all the other deductions off, take your maintenance stuff off, take all that other stuff off, and I'm now basically paying taxes and making what a normal driver makes, right? That's why there's a joke in the industry that when you're a leased driver to a company, is that you're literally nothing more than a company driver with a truck payment. And if you really look at the numbers, that's what it comes down to. You really are. You're basically a company driver that has a truck payment and all the responsibilities of it. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the year, when your taxes are done, you aren't making a whole hell of a lot more money. Now, I don't know if it was this episode or another episode, I was talking about where you make money as an owner-operator or independent is your fuel. Because, obviously, as I just told you, $45,000 to $50,000 was for fuel. So if you can cut that, that's a huge savings. And that's where these APUs or auxiliary power units come from, or are a big thing. And somebody may say, why didn't you have one of those on your truck? Because I didn't want to spend the $12,000 I got quoted to have one put on my truck with what I was doing. If I would have been an over-the-road guy, going to all the different states still and everything, yes, I would have probably had one put on my truck. Now, you do get tax breaks if you have an APU and all that sort of shit, but I just never did it, so. So that's the other thing. Wow, he wasn't even slowing down. He was just like, F it, I'm coming over.
Keep left.
Another thing about that is whether you're a company driver or not, and if you are watching this and you don't, like if you're taking your taxes to H&R Block, I would highly encourage you not to do that. I would highly encourage you to find a tax person that knows the trucking industry, because there's a lot of different shit that you can deduct that they may not know about, and especially there's the whole per diem thing that they may not know about. So but yeah, so that's the real world numbers. Hey, post-production necktie here. As I was editing, I realized that number one, I forgot a couple big things when I was talking about the dollar amounts. And number two, I was wrong on something. So I had to dig into my archives, and right here, I have a settlement sheet for a typical week, which this was week ending 9/25, pay date 10/1. So this was my final full week of the truck, because I sold the truck the end of September. So that's what this is. So I'll give you those weekly numbers here in a moment. And then this one is my final settlement that I got after everything was finalized on their end. So basically, as I said in the video, I did 5 loads a week. And just raw numbers, that comes out to, for just the mileage, we're talking just straight mileage, which was the $1.03 a mile. 1,540 miles empty and 1,540 miles loaded comes out to $3,172. So that's just mileage pay. And then I got the fuel rebates. So these truck companies make deals, I guess, to buy a certain amount of fuel with the different truck stops. So I also fuel every day. Did I have to? No, but it's 601 half does the other. Do you fuel every other day and put in twice as much, or do you fuel every day? See what I'm saying? I'll get to that in just a minute. So for those fuel rebates for those 5 days, that totaled $225.33. Now, I'm not doing a running total. If you want to add those numbers up, by all means, go ahead. So those are positives, and then I'll skip deductions for the moment. And then I was wrong on the fuel surcharge. That 200 and whatever dollars I gave you, that's per trip, not week. So again, I fill up every day, so that's 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 fill-ups. So that fuel surcharge at 33 cents, I also got $1,016.40. What that means is, hold one, you don't have to add it up. It's right here. So for the current pay period, my trip compensation is what they call it, was $3,397.73. That's from the trip. Then add another $1,016 for the fuel surcharge. So that's the money that came into me, okay? Now for the big one, deductions. So I paid $24.91 for American Truck Tax. That's ATBS. That's the folks out of Denver, Colorado, that handled my taxes. And then, I had DEF, you know, the government juice. Actually, I don't know how they do that because it wasn't 23 gallons. It was $23.70 is what it was. And then for the first fuel stop, I put in 84 gallons and all the fuel was $3.39, basically. $3.389 is what it is, but $3.39. So first fuel stop was 84 gallons at $2.85. Second fuel stop was $250. Third fuel stop was $274. Fourth was $271. And fifth was $254. So for the total fuel that week, I spent $13.34. Now, if we go back to what I was paid for the fuel surcharge, which was $1,016, I said that I was roughly paying $1,000 out of pocket. No, that was wrong. It's anywhere from $300 to $500 basically. So that was the first part I was wrong on. Still a lot of money. And then we have escrow account, which is 44 cents went to that. And then escrow interest, whatever that is. Maintenance account, again, 10 cents a mile. So that was $308 goes into that. And then there's maintenance interest. Truck payment. I have no idea how I forgot about that. Y'all might want to sit down that don't know about trucks. First of all, I bought my truck for $135. Okay. I sold it for $115. I didn't get to keep all that $115 because obviously I owed the bank money, right? Anyway, truck payment, $571.15 a week. Some of you are thinking, I don't pay that for my house payment. You're correct. Anyway, $571.15 per week. And then there was bobtail insurance, which is $24 a week. And then the occupational accidental insurance that I have to have as a owner-operator is $32.75 a week. And then the pre-pass is $6 a week. There's also one other insurance charge that comes out monthly, and that is the comp collision, I believe. And that's like another $300 and some odd a month. That's those numbers. So for that week, a typical week, okay? My trip compensation was $33.97.73. Settlement deductions, $2,380.47, and then you add in the fuel surcharge. So what I got deposited in my bank account is $2,033.66, and then obviously take 30% of that and set aside as a safe number for taxes. You can figure out what was left in the end of that. Yeah, I think that was all that I wanted to mention on that part. I'm just making sure I get this right, because like I said, I hate giving wrong information, especially nowadays with the internet, you know. And now that this is a video, right, somebody can clip and be like, hey, this jackass said this. And then for the final settlement, my year to date, now this is from January to the end of September when I sold my truck. I'm going to give you those same numbers, but condensed like I did at the end of the last one. Trip compensation, $120,868.44. Other compensation, $8,938.13. I honestly have no idea what that is. Settlement deductions. So all those deductions I just went over, $81,662.78, and then add in $34,218 for fuel surcharge, left me with a net settlement of $82,362.59. Gross. I can't stress that enough. That is gross. And then you take out 30% of that. So just take 30% of that 83,000 should be set aside for taxes for that year, right? And then when you figure, go to the tax man and do all the other deductions, per diem, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. I think I was roughly paying taxes anywhere from 55 to 65,000. So what I'm trying to say is those numbers that I was giving you sound big, but at the end of the day, as an owner-operator, as a leased owner-operator, you're not making any more than a company driver, really. The benefit is, as an owner-operator, and it's your truck, you can, if you're an over-the-road person, you can refuse loads, right? If you want to. So, as a company driver, you typically can't without some type of penalty. Oh, also, what I wanted to mention with those deductions, some of those deductions happen whether the truck's moving or not. So, for example, I didn't take a lot of vacation. Why? Because if I took a week off, I still owed roughly $1,200. I'll say that again, just in case anybody didn't catch that the first time. If I took a week off, it still cost me $1,200. So taking a vacation, it would actually cost me money, right? Because then the way that works is for whatever week you run, you get paid the next week, right? So then if I take a week off, see how you're behind? So anyway, again, it's a good gig if you're good with money, you know, and prudent with money. There's a lot of people that have been successful. And a lot of owner-operators, lease owner-operators, I know there's a couple of guys that would buy other trucks and then just put drivers in them. So it was like they were running a business within a business. But anyway, with that, I will let you get back to it. I just wanted to pop in here, though, and correct some numbers and give you guys correct info. Later. How much do we weigh? 73,685. Got it. Is there... I need to check something quick. Okay, we are at that scale, but there is no parking icon. Really? Well, we do need fuel. What about this? I may divert. I'm gonna divert. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is get back to that screen. Oh, hold on. Did it not update? Oh, it still has me going up that way. Okay, that's what it was. That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because this has been going on an hour and 3 minutes. Now, granted, I could probably knock out 3 minutes of my bullshit editing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. It's a World of Trucks contract. I can't remember how much time we had to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to get fuel, show you all that process. And then I'm going to take a nap again, even though we have 8 hours.
Go straight.
But as you can see, we have 9 hours left to get there. See how quick time goes? And I wasn't even pissing around that much, was I? But just like that, now all of a sudden we don't have enough time to get there. Or I don't, right? Because I'm the one doing this, you're just watching. And by the way, if you are watching, appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Know what I'm saying? Wow, that was smooth. Come on, y'all have to give me credit for that one. That was pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to run up here and I'm going to fuel to show you that process again, and then you can see the realistic number price. And if you want to go to Gas Buddy and, you know, double check that, then by all means go ahead. I don't know if it's correct. It's pretty damn close.
Go straight.
And then I'm going to sleep. And then we will pick this up in episode 11 and finish the delivery. which episode 11 may be recorded as well today because it's only 12:31 on Tuesday as I'm recording this, and this is actually Wednesday's video, so I may just get Thursday's done too. Which honestly I do. I have to get it done today because of the World of Trucks contract.
Keep right.
Ticks down even if we're not playing the game, remember?
Exit right ahead. After 100 yards, turn right.
Damn, that Jake sounds mean.
Turn right.
Yes, ma'am. I will turn right as soon as I get up here. Oh, I wasn't even really paying attention to our trailer for this event. They got little pumpkins. Isn't that cute? It's a good thing we have a black truck too, huh? And I'm assuming I'm going left because there are fuel pumps over there. Hop back in here.
Turn right.
Cut that guy off.
Turn around when possible.
Oh, we're going the wrong way? Oh well, whatever. Oops. There weren't signs that said truck entry or exit only, so sue me. Alright, so you gotta pull the brakes, hit the right frickin' button, shut the truck off, and then fuel. So see, we're at $5 a gallon, which is probably pretty damn close. And just watch that tick up. It goes quick. Especially when you have 300-gallon tanks. There you go. $1,078 for 215 gallons. See, hear that? I put my seatbelt on, so don't make fun of me. So now we got 300 gallons and 1,433 miles before we need more fuel. And that sound there was just that coming out of our account. I guess I could turn that off. Alright, so now we need to come over here and park. And if it'll let me park right here and sleep, that's what I'm doing. Why didn't she let me? There's a little icon there. Yes, okay. Why is that beeping like that? Okay, dude, we got it. You can stop beeping. Nice. Truck off. Alright, so there we have a fresh clock, and as you can hear, it is raining its ass off. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, episode 10 comes to an end, and in the next episode, we will finish that delivery. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, take care.